going to have something going on with your body. So tell me a little bit, and our listeners, if someone like me were to come into you and say, I have stretch marks here on my hips, how would you go about kind of doing the consultation? What does the treatment look like? That type of process.
So it varies a little bit with each person. Everybody's so very unique, but some stretch marks are deep and have texture to them. Some of them are very just have are lighter than your skin and like very thin, no texture to them. So, say somebody who has a lot of texture to their stretch mark, I would just be like, okay, we need to go in there and we're going to use an inkless serum and we're going to needle that serum into those stretch marks. And so what that's going to do is we're going to put more trauma into the already traumatized skin, but that's going to make the collagen produce more collagen, and that's going to help even out that texture and shrink those stretch marks a little bit. So usually I say it's going to be anywhere from 2 to 4 treatments, and it kind of just depends on age. It kind of depends on how your body heals. Each treatment is usually 8 weeks apart, sometimes 12. It just, again, depends on how you heal, how your body heals. And then we just kind of go each by treatment. Some people are like, oh, 2 treatments, I'm happy with the results. We're good to go. Somebody else who just has like stretch marks that are real thin, that have no texture to them, we can go in and I have a reader actually that matches, that reads the skin next to the stretch mark and it matches your skin. And so then I can mix the ink up and match it to your skin, and I can go in there with the ink and camouflage those stretch marks so they blend in with the rest of your skin. So it just depends. And sometimes we can do an inkless treatment to kind of help with the texture, and then we can go in with the ink and camouflage them. So
That's amazing. You
yeah,
can match it to the pigment of the skin.
yeah,
I mean, this is so new for me, so
yeah.
I find it very fascinating that you
I
can
have
do
a
all of
whole
this.
kit of like colors. So any skin color type, light skin, dark skin, I can work on all skin types. So
That is awesome.
yeah.
For the needling, so again, coming from someone who knows very little, being a woman, I've gone through some treatments. I have no tattoos as of yet. Is it similar to if you actually were getting a decorative tattoo, or is it more kind of the micro needling, just to get an idea of how that feels?
So I do use a tattoo gun like somebody who does decorative tattoos, and I use different needles within. So I can use liners, shaders, mag needles. I know that probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but I have lots of different options. And then within all of those different needles, I there's different sizes and variations. So it kind of just depends on, again, depth, and it depends on how wide or thin it is. So it just I have a lot of options, and with using the tattoo gun like that and the different needles, it just gives me a lot more options. And I can also regulate my speed and the depth of the needle too. So there's
Nice.
just depends on what I'm working on and what needs to be done. So
Cool. And so for it to be inkless, that is a serum.
It's I use a medical grade serum, and I have a couple of different serums that I can use. One of them actually, which is newer, which is kind of very exciting, is so somebody who has a hyperpigmented scar, which means it healed darker than your skin. We weren't really able to work with that because usually with hyperpigmentation, if you go in with the serum, you could cause it to hyperpigment more. But now we have new serums where they are specifically designed to work with hyperpigmented skin. So that's very exciting, like kind of a newer technique that or new serums that are out now that we're able to use. So we can work with both skins or skin types, skin scars that are either hyperpigmented or hypo, which hypo means that it's lighter than your skin.
That is,
So,
I'm learning a whole bunch. I feel like I'm in a medical seminar right now.
yeah,
This is very cool. And you've been an esthetician now for 22 years.
I
So
have. Yeah,
you're definitely, I would put you in the expert field. Absolutely.
I have.
What made you 22 years ago to decide this is kind of the path that I want to pursue?
I, I just, I guess, was like wanted to, I always have wanted to have my own business. And I just thought if I could learn how to do skincare and that I could be on my own and do my own thing. So that's kind of one of the reasons that led me down the path. I didn't want to like learn how to do hair, but I was like very interested in the skincare side of it. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Did you start with anything else? I know you also offer some permanent makeup as well. Are there any other services that you offer?
Other than the permanent eyeliner and permanent freckles, I pretty much just specialize in the paramedical tattooing now.
Awesome.
So
So you actually will put a permanent like beauty mark on someone then.
yeah.
Cool. I like it. Okay. I was thinking like birthmarks would be removed, but actually you can put them on as well.
Just
What?
freckles.
Why
I mean,
not?
I guess if somebody wanted a birthmark, I could do it.
That's true. Do you have many people coming in saying, I would like a lot of freckles on my face?
I actually do have some people that, or even people that had freckles when they were younger, and they were like, "Oh, I miss my freckles. I want some freckles." So
I love it.
yeah,
You-
it's kind of a cute little add-on.
I think that's awesome. A one-stop shop. We can put them on and take them off.
Yeah.
I really like it. That's awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. For those just tuning in, we are with Jami with Healing Inc. We'll be right back after this song. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are having a lovely Thursday evening. I was going to say afternoon. It kind of feels like it's afternoon because the sun is still out. It's so lovely. Thank you, time change. Thank you for tuning into a special interview. We are with Jami with Healing Inc. And you can find her website at healingincco.com for more information. She is located in Boulder, Colorado, and we have been talking about all of her amazing services. She helps people through trauma, whether it be breast augmentation, reduction, ACL surgeries, MCL surgeries, any scars of any kind. It's pretty amazing. This touches a lot of people's hearts, is what Jami was just saying. So I wanted to go over all of your services because this is vast and it's amazing that you can help this many people. So you do 3D areola tattoos, both unilateral and bilateral, inkless scar revision, which we covered a little bit, which is amazing. I've never heard about that. Scar camouflage, stretch mark camouflage, and women, we know that this is you. 90% of women are affected by that. Radiation marker camouflage, and she also does makeup. She does permanent eyeliner, and that's an overview. That doesn't even go into the specifics. So you talked a little bit about the areola off air. Why is that one specifically so special to you?
I think just because people have gone through so much trauma, and it really takes a piece of their a piece of them with them when they have to go through that surgery, and just changes their body. And so when they've made it through the whole process of everything, and then just being able to give them, some sense of maybe feeling normal, and then just being able to look in the mirror or be with their partner and feel normal. So it just, I can't even explain like how that feeling is when they can look in the mirror and see them kind of look how they used to look. So it's very touching, and it's very touching for them after they've been through that whole process. So
what a cool journey. I know I know how that feels to become the person that you want to be, to yourself and maybe to the world, especially when it's trauma. I think sometimes there's so many different elements to trauma, right? There's the mental, the emotional, and we talk about that a lot. And then you have, of course, the physical trauma. And that gets stored in the body just like anything else. So I think for those listening, if you've gone through any form of surgery, whether it be breast reduction, breast augmentation, if you've had a mastectomy, um, Jami can help you 100%. Get back to exactly what you want, to feel beautiful again, or to be, I don't even, I'm like you, it's like, how do you explain that transformation?
Yeah.
And you're guiding them, you're helping them being the person that they can be.
Yeah.
That's very special. I think it's, I mean, every person I can think of off the top of my head usually has a scar. So many people are getting knee replacements now, especially ACL, MCL surgeries. Do you have people coming in for that type of treatment?
Yeah, any sort of scar from a surgery or yeah, any kind of scar that you get from an accident. I mean, burn victims, a lot of times are left with like very tight skin from their burns, or even a skin graft where you have that texture in the skin, and I'm able to go in there with the serums and even just help to loosen up some of the tightening of the skin in those situations. But yeah, any sort of like tummy tuck scars, facelift scars, you name it. Even people that have some self-harm scars, which is it's very touching to work with too after they've healed from that journey. That's hard to go through that with them again, to kind of cover up those scars, but it's very touching as well to help them heal those from kind of that situation in their life. But yeah, so any surgery, any surgery, scar, accident, scar, I don't know,
I love it. Yeah, car accident, you name it. It's so amazing that you just said healing. I'm like, well, that it makes so much sense that you were Healing Inc.
Yeah.
It is bringing Healing Inc. to heal the world of Colorado. That's very cool. I love the name. Now it means a lot more of how this journey kind of formed, and it is healing them probably in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
I'm curious with, like, for a burn victim kind of specifically, because I assume that the skin kind of tightens up, and you said to stretch it out. Is that through needles and serum that actually will stretch it out a little bit?
So just through that process of needling, that's what helps it do that. So it just like brings that collagen to the skin, and it just helps to relax that very tightening of it. So yeah, and it's a process with it too, but over like 2 to 4 treatments or whatever. But most of the time it's major for them.
Oh, I'm sure. I find that amazing you can get this done in 2 to 4 treatments. I've never had anything that I've done to my body and gotten it done in 2 to 4 treatments. like hair removal is 2 years of my life, so you're in it for the long haul. But
that's what we say. Usually 2 to 4. It varies,
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I still find that fascinating. That's a pretty quick turnaround there.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. We're going to take one more quick break here, and we'll delve in a little bit more when we come back. Again, you are listening to K4CO Radio. We have a special guest with us, Jami with Healing Inc. We'll be right back.
Everything all right?
Yes.
Okay. Just so
Welcome back. That was a lovely song. That was very calming. We were just talking about how calm Jami is. Thank you all for listening to K4CO Radio on a special Thursday evening. We have Jami here with us from Healing Inc. We've been talking about her business based in Boulder, Colorado. And for those maybe just tuning in, she offers a whole bunch of, and these aren't decorative tattoos, she actually helps through the healing process. She does 3D areola tattoos, inkless scar revision, scar camouflage, stretch mark camouflage, radiation marker camouflage, and also does some permanent eyeliner. So I find it amazing. And she is the most humble person I think I've ever met in my life. So I'm going to have to throw her into the spotlight and read a couple of reviews, because this just highlights what an amazing woman you are. One of them says, Jamie helped me with a scar revision. She's a calm and reassuring presence, really skilled with her tools. That just speaks to you as a person, which is absolutely lovely. Restorative tattoos are a unique and innovative form of tattoo art that aims to cover up scars, burns, and other skin imperfections with a beautiful and meaningful design. I thought that that was really lovely. I mean, it's pretty cool that you can help people through all these traumatic experiences. It covers such a wide range, so thank you for doing that
Thank you.
and helping people along these journeys. It's really an important part of the medical world that I think sometimes isn't either talked about or we don't even know that it existed. I didn't know that it was an option. So I'm hoping that someone is listening saying, "Hey, I just had a surgery or I have this scar that I haven't taken care of." And now that, there's a solution out there, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love that you're in Boulder. That's such a beautiful, it is a beautiful spot. I personally lived in Broomfield for a few years, and pretty cool to be by the Flatirons.
Yeah.
So how does Boulder kind of fit into your story?
Yeah, I feel super lucky to have a space on the Pearl Street Mall, actually. So I'm inside the Boulder Beauty Collective. There on sort of the west end of Pearl Street. But yeah, it's beautiful, and I just feel like I want healing to just be a very welcoming environment and for people to feel comfortable coming into my space, and that I want everybody to, feel welcome and be there. So I just feel like that's kind of how Boulder feels to me. Is just it's such a beautiful space, and that's what we've set up there. So I just love being down there, and
It is, but Boulder's so beautiful. I was there a whole bunch of times. Of course, there's a lot of dogs and a lot of people there because it is so beautiful. I mean, to have the Flatirons there and it's peaceful and people walking around just enjoying life. And
yeah.
I think if you have an environment where you are encouraging healing, that it helps along with the process there. Well, very cool. Well, again, you've been listening with Jamie with Healing Inc. And what is the best way that people can find you, either your website or your phone number?
Yeah, they can text me or call me through my phone number. Through my Instagram, they can message me. Through Facebook, they can message me. You can message me through my website. So hopefully it's pretty easy to get a hold of me. I try and get back to people as quickly as I can. So yeah, but I love to do consultations. That's really the best way to kind of kind of see what we're dealing with, and then kind of talk about how I can help you, and how we can kind of move forward. So if somebody lives a little bit further away and they don't necessarily want to drive into Boulder for a consultation, we can do a phone consultation, and they can send me some pictures if they're more comfortable doing that, and then we can just kind of talk through the process that way. But in-person consultations really are the best, because then I can really see what's going on and we can talk. But either way, that's usually the first step, and the very important step, so we can kind of best know how to treat you.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
No, that makes the most sense. And it looks like people are coming all over, definitely Colorado. Are people coming from other states to see you as well?
I have had a couple of people reach out to me about some areola tattooing that from where I used to live. I grew up in Kansas, so it's just not necessarily Colorado people. I'll
Nice.
take you from anywhere.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're pretty close. We have New
Yeah,
Mexico,
yeah.
California.
You can
If you're
come and
listening, just come.
vacation here.
Exactly. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
So if you're here and need some, any help with scars and camouflage, Jamie's your gal.
Yeah.
So again, for our listeners, you can find her on Facebook. So again, it's Healing Inc. And her website is healingincco.com. And you can also call or text her at 720-310-8155. And again, set up a consultation either through the website or call or text you, or find you on Facebook. Anything else that you wanted to mention about something that you offer or wanted to to let our listeners know?
I just, any questions that you have, just please reach out to me because I know that sometimes it's a little hard to understand, or maybe you think, oh, I have something that's going on that maybe I can't help you with. Like, just reach out. We can talk about it. I love to talk to people on the phone and just explain better or see if there's some way that I can help you. So just feel free. Don't ever be embarrassed to reach out.
That is awesome. You are such a lovely person.
Thank
Truly. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for giving this gift to people. I mean, millions of people need this type of thing. So thank you for being the person that you are and offering these services.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. It is our pleasure. Well, thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you for tuning in to K4CO Radio on this special Thursday evening. And again, thank you to Miss Jami with Healing Inc. And yeah, we'll wrap it up tonight and enjoy the rest of our lovely music that's coming at you. Take care.
Oh, that's my favorite.